Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this video is going to be all about the evolution of consciousness. So stay tuned. This video is about the evolution of consciousness, the evolution of the thinker. This is a very esoteric topic that I will be discussing in today's video. So because of that, let's take a moment now to just kind of become centered and grounded so that this information can actually be received. So sit now with your spine straight, and if you can, close your eyes. If not, it's not necessary. And now take a deep breath in through your nose. Now hold your breath and tense your muscles. Exhale through your mouth, releasing the tension. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and tense. Hold the breath in tension. Exhale and relax. Good. And one more time. Inhale deeply and tense your muscles. Hold the breath in tension. Exhale and relax. Releasing all cares and concerns as you breathe out. And now you can just slowly open your eyes, and you should feel a little more centered and grounded and ready to take on this type of deep information that we're about to go over. In 2009, when I was a student at the School of Metaphysics, I was given a lesson on what was called the root races of the thinker. And during that lesson, I took these notes, and it shows here, as you can see, the root races of the thinker starts with light. So light created a need, and that need was for motion, and motion was taught through the form of gases. And that motion in the gases created a need for stability in the mineral. Therefore, the mineral kingdom taught consciousness the value of stability, which created a need for sensitivity and a nervous system, which you see in the plants, in the plant kingdom. And that then created a need for more mobility and also memory through the animal. And that mobility and memory created a need for reasoning. So man was where the consciousness resides. So that's the attention in the present moment, as well as memory, which you have in the animal. But this reasoning man has the added value of imagination. And this all created a need to connect with intuition. So that created spiritual man. And that intuition in spiritual man created another need to consciously create. And as you can see, that would lead to God man, where you can actually be the conscious creator. So here in this, the notes that I had taken about the root races of the thinker, I believe that we are currently residing more in our consciousness in reasoning man and spiritual man, trying to understand God man that lives within us, right? The Christ consciousness. So, I feel like reasoning man is still residing more in the third dimension reality, here in the physical plane of existence. still very connected to ego, and things like that. And then spiritual man is probably more residing in that fourth dimensional energy, which can be very connected to the heart chakra. But you must have discernment to really get through this spiritual man dimension, the fourth dimension. You really do need to have discernment so that you can then become God-man. According to the book, An Esoteric Cosmology by Rudolf Steiner, he says, humanity evolves in a way which enables the different elements and principles of man's being to unfold and develop in successive stages. What are these principles? To begin with, man has a physical body in common with the mineral kingdom. The whole mineral world is found again in the chemistry of the body. He has an etheric body, which is, properly speaking, the vital principle within him. He has this etheric body in common with the plants. This principle engenders the process of nutrition and the forces of growth and reproduction. Man has also an astral body in which feelings and sentiments, the power of enjoyment and of suffering are enkindled. He has the astral body in common with the animals. Finally, there is a principle in man which cannot be spoken of as a body. It is his innermost essence, distinguishing him from all other entities, mineral, plant, and animal. It is the self, the soul, the divine spark. The Hindus spoke of it as manas, the Rosicrucians as the inexpressible. A body, in effect, is only part and parcel of another body, but the self, the I of man, exists in and by itself alone. I am I. This principle is addressed by others as thou or you. It cannot be confused with anything else in the universe. By virtue of this inexpressible, incommunicable self, man rises above all creative things of the earth, above the animals, indeed above all creation. And only through this principle can he commune with the infinite self, with God. When I read that, I was like, wow, Rudolf Steiner is basically just describing what I learned was the root races of the thinker. But he just explains it so eloquently in that lecture. So there's another part I also want to share with you guys, because it kind of leads to the question, how do we get to that goal of being a creator ourselves, or carrying the likeness of our creator here on earth in man? Rudolf Steiner also said, the progress of humanity is from unconscious spirituality, pre-Christian, through intellectualism, which is the present age, to conscious spirituality, where the astral and intellectual faculties unite once more and become dynamic through the power of the spirit of love, divine and human. In this sense, theology will tend to become theosophy. What, in effect, is theology? A knowledge of God imposed from without under the form of dogma as a kind of supernatural logic. And what is theosophy? A knowledge of God which blossoms like a flower in the depths of the individual soul. God, having vanished from the world, is reborn in the depths of the human heart. Reasoning man, his lower self with the ego involved as well, created the spirituality as we knew it in the past, such as religions. And it's really that reasoning man who is now developing into more spiritual man, who will begin to recognize his own intuition, which is really his own connection to his highest self, which is connected to his source. So I feel like the more of us that begin to recognize our inner intuition, then the more people are going to be kind of led towards spirituality. And this is where discernment will be needed, because those same lower egoic beings out there who want to control you with the outer religion will also try to control you with your inner spirituality. So it's very important to not only develop your own intuition, but also discernment. And so that's kind of where we get into the whole good versus evil debate. Rudolf Steiner is also quoted saying that in the course of human and animal evolution, the inferior descends from the superior. The contradictions in man, the way in which the elements mingle in him, constitute his karma, his destiny. Just as man has wrested himself from the animal, so will he wrest himself from evil. But never yet has he passed through a crisis as severe as that of the present age. And that's where we're going to end it today, because now I'm going to give you guys part 2 here soon on the evolution of consciousness, where we will be discussing this inner battle between good and evil. So if you like this video, be sure to click that like button and share this video with all your friends out there. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And then once you have subscribed, you can click the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.